we booked it, then we checked.
In fact, we booked it that day. We
and then
checked in the evening. It was like 800.
Yes.
I was
we're
like, and I just knew that the Holy
this-
Spirit kept this price for us.
This
And see, you
is
may
the hand of the
you may
Lord.
choose not to believe, oh, it's your
But
business.
us, it's our
But
own
I know
testimony.
that was our testimony.
Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope that you enjoyed our last video. I know that's why you're here again.
But I won. Just saying, I won.
Anyways, babe, do you want to say how we came about this?
See, if I say anything, I just wanted to lie down outside in peace. See, it's hot. Inside is hot.
It's
Today is 30 degrees.
So hot.
Today is 30, it has been 30 degrees throughout the day, and I just wanted to lie down in the balcony. I say, babe, let's pump the air mattress and lie down in the balcony where we can get fresh air. It's evening. It's what, 10 p.m. now? Yeah, it's bright. Thanks to summer. Anyways, but somebody said, no, I cannot just be in the balcony. You must record content. I'm like,
I'm thinking of you guys.
You see, so if I say I was here under duress, you say no. But no problem. I just wanted fresh air. That's why we are here. And that's why we are under the blanket.
My dear, you're stuck.
Happily stuck. Anyway, so yeah, I think we are really just gonna gist.
Yeah, actually, I think I didn't really have anything planned. I just thought of, okay, this is a nice setup. This is a nice time. I could
everything be set
put
up.
it here.
If we just call it a breeze.
So basically, babe, let's just gist.
What do you want to talk about?
Something that they don't know about us.
How about the first 2 months in marriage?
Okay, the first 2 months in marriage.
So I think, maybe to start with, I would say I usually say I don't like giving people marriage advice because what is somebody inside these 3 years of marriage?
I thought, but there are people that have done 40 something.
Shout out Ezazin. So I think I'll talk about our first couple of months in marriage, and before we go down that rabbit hole, it's probably worth mentioning that every marriage would go through seasons.
Yeah.
Some seasons are deliberate, like events that happen. Probably you guys travel out. Some seasons are unintentional, like a partner gets sick.
Yeah.
Some good, all bad. I said all bad. Sorry. Some good, some bad. But as believers, we trust that all things work together for our good. All right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm giving this intro. So it was. So do you want me to go first? You want to talk first?
I think.
So okay, let's start from here. First 2 months in marriage, what were your challenges? No, not challenges. Name one.
Okay,
one. Wait, let me be
Why
specific.
Are you now opening eye for me on my own
one
channel?
challenge you experienced within the first 2 months of marriage that you've not said anywhere else before.
I've not said anywhere else before. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to think.
I think.
Loud.
Sorry. I think it would be being jobless in the first couple of months.
Okay, wait. Let me give you guys context, because the way you said I've been jobless. So yeah, explain.
Okay, please
explain it.
Like, I lived in Ibadan all my life, and getting married to you, I obviously had to leave my father's house and my mother's house. I had to leave my father's
Bible
house.
says, "Shall leave your father and mother and cling to one another."
And then I decided to tag along with this man to Lagos. So obviously I had to resign my job and leave my work and my family, and now move with my husband. So yeah, I think it was quite challenging because I'm like a very active person. Yeah, I'm a very active person, and I'm used to being on the go, doing things for myself. I'm also a first, like I'm the first child. So I moved to Lagos. And first of all, as an Ibadan girl, I've lived in Ibadan all my life. I moved to Lagos. It was first the chaos, the everything, balancing everything, the new environment, and being actually somebody's. I think it was. I've never said this before to anyone. My first night in your house, I cried. I woke up, I cried. I was like, "Who are you?" It was so funny because I'm used to having
When that she woke up
my
and she
niece
turned to me and
beside
like,
me,
why are you?
Mojessire,
I'm like,
and I
what do
was
you
like,
mean, why me?
and then I woke up, I was like, "Who are
Huh?
you?" And I started crying. It's still very funny to me till today. So basically, yeah,
Stranger
moving
danger.
moving into my husband's house, like now getting used to sharing bed with a man. I think I did struggle with that, and sharing like space with you in the wardrobe. I remember almost every day I'm rearranging the wardrobe. I'm setting things like this is how I want things to be done. This is where I place my things. This is how I press my toothpaste. And my husband is just like living life carefree. Like he's just like like a bachelor. Like,
What am I
bro,
supposed
you're
to
not a
do?
bachelor. You're not a married man, and like you're sharing space now. We're in each other's space. So I think, yeah, like just navigating that sharing space and just being a wife, and also not having a job, that means, and I think it's quite unique because at the same time you didn't have a job.
Okay.
Well, you
Wait,
already
wait.
resigned.
Let me explain. Before people think that we are irresponsible
We
people.
were not irresponsible
No,
guys.
it's not. It's not like that. So context. We were supposed to travel out at the end of October.
Yeah,
So I had. I mean,
you had
we.
put in
I
your
had put in my resignation because I needed to give 3 months notice at my former place of work. So we got married mid September.
mm,
So I had put in my resignation for I think middle of October or something like that. I can't remember the exact date to be honest. So basically, that meant that ideally the plan was, oh, we get married mid September. 1 month, she's in Lagos. Within 1 month, we travel out. So basically, you just have 1 month to just chill, prep ourselves to travel, all of
just
that,
enjoy all the lovey
enjoy,
dovey.
flex, lovey dovey. But couple of things happened. First of all,
We'll still
um,
get to that part.
ah, anyways, long story short, for the first 2 months of our marriage, the two both of us were jobless.
Yes, and we had to like live on what we have saved up.
Simple.
And I think that season was actually very important for us. We went through that season learning how to, I don't think, like we just got married and we had to learn to communicate, learn to.
I think that first 2 months actually helped our marriage a lot because because we didn't have any like we didn't have so much more to do. We were forced to be each other's friends. Like it's not.
Yeah,
I didn't have an excuse of work. Oh, I'm going to work and I'm leaving in the house.
yeah,
Like the two both of us are here, and I know that's wrong English. Take it. The two both of us are in the house, and so we had to actually be each other's friends, play
yeah,
games with each other,
yeah.
talk to each other,
Play
like
cards,
play cards,
take
take
walks,
walks
even in that
together,
Bariga.
pray
Yes, it
together.
took me to Bariga.
See,
I should say from Bariga to London. Maybe that is.
it's not my fault. I took you from
Well,
Jericho to
yeah,
Bariga.
yeah,
No, see, guys, forget. See, I can't give the full story because it will be here for the next 2 hours. But long story short was, as at the time we got married, eh, ah, see, okay, like long story short, by February that year, in fact, actually January, that was when I moved into that Barriga house.
yeah,
We moved in together. Like when the day I collected the key, that remember that day now that when we went to wash the place, like as at February that year, we didn't know we were gonna get married.
Yeah.
So
I just came to, I think I was in
we were in
Lagos,
Lagos that
and then
day.
you're like,
I told, oh
oh
yeah, I
yeah,
picked
and my
up the
auntie,
key.
oh God bless my auntie. Dating my husband in my auntie's house was like, Auntie Tolu, shout out to you, was actually a very, was a safe space, because I remember we were in Lagos and I said to her that, oh, I wanted to come and see you, and then she was like, okay, okay, you can go. And then we went to ICM, and then from ICM you're like, oh, you're going to collect the key, and then we went to collect the key to the house, and then we bought some things, and then I saw
Yeah,
the
then
house. Yeah, we
we
didn't
saw
even,
the
we were
house.
still we didn't even know we were going to get married. Yeah,
Yeah, then we're just not talking stage. We're actually like
dating, we're
dating,
already
not
dating.
talking
Yes,
stage.
yes, we're
So
already dating. So
we're seriously dating. But anyways, so I think those first few months, personally, I feel really helped us build a solid. I mean, it was far from ideal. None of us expected that's how it would go, but I
yeah.
think it's helped us build a solid foundation for our
Yes,
homes.
also because we did long distance. I know you might not call it long distance, it's Lagos to Ibadan, but it
Is-
was, because we weren't seeing each other, and I think we saw each other 3 times before we got married. Anyways,
So anyway,
so
that's not long distance. That's a problem. Oh.
so and we had learned to communicate with each other, like our life depends on it, because actually our life depended on it. So getting into marriage, I think we just kind of like continued and tried to like transition what we had online into physical. And like my husband said, because we're in, like, there was not much to do, I'm not going to work, it's not going to work, but just like waiting till that point where we, travel out. So we we just like,
We had to make the best
yes.
out of it, and I think, uh, and just so that uh, we don't run the risk of sounding repetitive.
Mm,
So let me, yeah, context again. I said that, so we got married September 17,
mm,
mid September. We were supposed to travel at the end of October,
mm.
but exchange rate went gung ho.
And we
Nigeria,
all we almost lost our money too. What's that king again?
I can't remember the name of the app.
God save you, because I would have put you people's nash outside.
No, I
So,
remember it. I don't want to say it.
so you know what
I don't want to drag them
okay. I will have drag
because
you.
they were nice. Not because they were nice, but because
Holy Spirit touched them, because my prayer touched them.
I feel like they were a legit business that
But they had issues.
they had
Technical
a
issues,
lot of
yeah.
issues. So okay, no, we are already going too far.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go back.
So yeah, let me help you guys set the tone. So by the time, of course, we were going to travel at the end of October. We were supposed to have applied for visas,
Yeah.
everything, but exchange rates just went bizarre.
You didn't even say it. So before our wedding, we had saved up for our traveling.
Oh, we had saved up.
We had saved up,
We
and we
were
thought that what we had was going to be enough, right?
mhm.
Maybe we just need a couple of change
Here
here
and
and
there,
there
yeah.
to get things where we are going. Or fish, we're like, okay, we can like
And
get that from
I
our
must say
family.
also we did get some significant
Yes.
gifts. Since
Anyways, yes. So we had, because to be fair, we didn't want a big wedding, so we had like, we've always been like, whatever we have, we're keeping it for like both of us traveling, right? So our parents, God bless them, shout out to them, sponsored our wedding. We love you guys. Our parents sponsored our wedding, right? So
down to the hall, bride price,
yes,
everything.
everything, they sponsored our wedding, and was it went our. So I hope you didn't hear that sound, Sha, but it's
If
okay.
you did, it's because we are in my
Sorry,
balcony
we're
and
in the
there's a
balcony.
power bike passing.
So our parents sponsored our wedding, because we were so particular about, we are starting a new life in a new country. We want to like make sure all of our resources, you know, we have them together. We're not going to be stranded and all of that. So we thought that what we had was going to be enough. Alas, Nigeria.
So dollar was,
I think it was just skyrocketing. Like things were just going. So
it was crazy. I can't
yeah,
remember the exact, but before dollar was about 600, 650. Sorry, pounds was about 600, 650. By the time we got married, it was like 1K.
it was, and it kept
It
going.
was
So I
crazy,
feel like
very, very,
every day
very,
we're
very
just
crazy.
like watching it go. So
I can't,
like
and I had
high.
Aboki. I actually had to now go and be pricing dollar. Like, yeah,
Do you
Aboki.
remember when we went
I
to
went to
Yaba? Was it Yaba we
went
went
to
to?
Sabo. Yes, now went to
Yes, Abu
Sabo
Yaba.
to be looking
Hey,
for Aboki to
oh
change
my God.
pounds.
I actually miss Lagos.
I can't.
As
Which
I'm
one? How
doing
much you
Shakara,
want?
I miss
How
Lagos.
much you want? I be how much you they sell pounds? How much you they sell pounds?
So
Anyways,
basically,
we're pricing
yeah,
pounds like tomato.
what eventually, by the time we started living together, after our wedding, what we had saved up
Money
was
didn't
not going
we
to be
had to.
enough anymore. So I think this is when our family now started pulling resources
Yeah,
together.
and I must say, as much
God
as
bless you.
I used to drag my mommy and my daddy because they're my mommy and my daddy, but our
Yeah,
parents,
we're actually good children, but
we are good
we
children.
shall
You
know how
know that we
to
are good children
know
now.
how to mind them very well.
But I think our both families, our parents really did come through for us
Yeah,
in that sense, like making sure that they found the money to
yeah,
add up and make up the exchange rate difference
yeah. But something happened,
and
so
yeah.
we wanted to convert it,
Ah,
and then
so
our money.
anyways,
Yeah,
long
you
story
say
short,
the story.
before in all of this, I had to defer the visa. Of course, the visa application was delayed, right? So we couldn't come in October again. So we had to delay that till November. But that's not even the point. So we went to get pounds, yeah. We've bought pounds from Abuki, and we needed to pay, like, so actually no, before
But
we
not
bought pounds from
farms.
Aboki. Now, I had heard stories of Aboki giving people fake pounds, them scamming you with the rates and all of
Mm.
that stuff. So I said I would rather go for an platform, and then maybe the likes of Lemfi and Co was they were not that popular, right? So
I've forgotten the name of that
I remember
platform.
it. I can't tell you, so you drag them, but they are not popular, guys. I don't know if they have liquidated or whatever. Good luck to them. Anyway, so I went online, started looking for platforms that offer dollar, like dollar denominated cards online. So I went for Gray. I went for um I went for a lot of them, right? But there was this particular platform. I think I created a dollar card there. It worked. The card was successful. Of course, they did all their KYC and things. Then I think the first transaction worked. I think it was like
Yeah,
20
it did
pounds.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the first transaction, I think your own, was it that your own or my own? One of us,
your own work.
my own worked. Then I now converted the money for you.
Yeah,
So because we didn't have the full money, right? I had to pay it like separately. So I had paid
we
mine,
have done yours.
we had done mine,
Yeah.
but she had not done her own. So when we were able to put the money together, we now put it on this same platform, about 2.5 million or so that time. Just put it on the platform, converted it to dollar, paid it online. The transaction didn't go through for whatever
Frank,
reason.
let's jump back.
I was debited. The card was debited, but the transaction didn't go through on home office
Website,
portal or
yeah,
website, stuff
website,
like that.
whatever.
So of course now typical banking thing, yeah, I say, oh yeah, they will reverse that after like 24 hours or 3 days.
How many days safe?
Yeah, like 2 weeks. So
Yes, this thing.
hey, 2 million, 2.5. Oh, new.
Ah,
Hey,
I think that if our parents are watching, this is the first time they'll be hearing this story.
I don't know if they watch this.
Ah,
The money
actually,
hanged.
it did,
2.5
and I
m.
think that
Hey, father.
the this was the season whereby we had to learn to communicate.
Already.
And
Remember that already. I had resigned my job.
yeah,
We're basically living on my savings,
yeah,
right? Because of course she wasn't working. She had left Badon, and I also, of I mean, give up. We had saved up. We were prepared for. We had, when they say build emergency fund, that's part of it. So we had
actually,
an
the
emergency
emergency
fund
fund. Yeah,
that could pay our 2 months living
yes,
expenses,
and we were even
and
taking care of people.
we're fine. To be
Yes,
fair, in that period,
we were taking care of people in
we
that season.
actually
Yes,
if had nobody could have known, because
yeah,
we're chilled, we're
yeah,
shopping. For
yeah,
sometimes we went out first. So
yeah.
imagine, have an emergency fund. Let them just say, have an emergency fund. Though.
Financial person telling you
You
something.
must have an emergency fund. It's very important. Anyways, we were living off my emergency fund already, so there was no slack.
Yeah.
Of course, my emergency fund that time, reached 2.5 million that time.
And I think that this was the season where we had to learn to be a team,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
when there's an issue, it's not, I'm not fighting you, you're not fighting me. It's both of us against the
Ah,
issue,
because
right?
and that was because you were already thinking, why? Because I done my own
Yes,
application. You're
and then it
like,
was only my
you're like,
application.
you're not
So
going to leave me. I've sacrificed everything for you, babe. Oh my god, you're not going to just go.
ah, I
And
was just, I think also because a lot of things that actually happened, I was just like, what? Are you going to absolutely, you will leave me here in Lagos, in Bariga?
and because
I
you
didn't
were
have a
not,
job.
yeah, and you were not even actually actively applying because of course you're supposed to leave.
Yes, because
So it
so
was
I'm
like,
like, what's gonna happen to me?
it was crazy. Oh.
Yes, it was.
Ah,
But
and
even with this, all of this, it wasn't like we were fighting.
we're not fighting, but of
No, it
course
was
we're
just like,
not.
this is what I was feeling,
Because
and then
again,
talking about
you
it.
were exactly, you were angry. I was not angry, but I was, how do I put it? I was not angry. Of course, I wasn't angry, but I was not in the best of moods because I'm like, why?
So we just, I think,
And because it was my decision to go for this, for like the online app, I was the one that looked for the app.
yeah. So that's what I was saying, that like that was the point where we had to learn that it is us against the issues. Doesn't matter, like whatever it is.
Yeah, 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 that's true.
Yeah.
And maybe lastly on that
Because I think
subject,
initially we started off like, oh my god, babe, I can't believe this and everything. I think for the first two
it was
days,
like
3 days,
fame.
I wasn't like
You were not
deeping
getting
it.
it. You
Yeah,
were
like I was like,
like,
they will reverse this or something. Ah, after 1 week or more, I'm just like, eh, eh. Hey, me, I'm not about to be a wife that they will leave me yet. You will go, what? What's about to happen to me? So
the
that's when we now
it
had
was
to
crazy.
like
And
start.
again, because it's an app that they didn't have office, I now
Mm,
started googling.
and we're praying, no.
We fire prayer.
We prayed. That's where we like,
My money must not hang. We
yeah.
prayed. I started to start googling the company, look for their CEO. In fact, how that money came out. Of course, I sent them the various DMs on Twitter, and I think they did not initially respond.
Mm.
And now Google the company themselves. And now started, and again, because two of us are not like the dramatic people, I didn't want
No, we're
any
not.
dragging. I'm not the kind of person that will
Yeah,
not post on Twitter
exactly. I
and
think
say
I want
I
to
dragged,
drag
and I
you
don't
and
have. I
everything.
actually don't have
Nah.
the energy. Anyway, so I had to look for the company CEO, the founders, because a startup. So all the
Yeah, I
founders of
think
the
you send them
startup
emails and everything.
emails.
And
Okay, I
tweet.
sent
Yeah.
them LinkedIn DMs. So I
Mm.
think one of the founders was the one that replied my DMs on LinkedIn. That now Sha got their customer care, and by to be fair, when they now responded, although they didn't initially, but when they responded, they were like on top of it, like
Yes.
because I know there was a time they actually called me, apologized, did all of that stuff,
And our money came
and
out.
our money came out.
And we're here.
And they were like, "Oh, would you like to reinitiate the transaction?" No, bombastic side eye. Give me my naira,
Hey.
mark carry and go bank.
And then that's when I think that's when we
That's
now
when we
went
had to
to
meet Mr.
Zabo.
Okpe,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah,
went
yeah,
to
yeah,
Sabo.
yeah. Shout out to Mr. Okwe
Shout out
as
to
well.
Mr. Okpe. So Mr. Okpe finally gave us his dollar account. So
Yes.
we ended up, we'll go and buy dollar in Sabo.
Yeah.
We'll now pay dollar into the
Yeah.
bank. Yada 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 yada. And that season, that was the first time I cried. I cried now. I cried in that.
Mm.
I cried in that time.
Yeah.
But that day I was happy. I just went off the lights in the room. It was dark,
Yeah.
and I lied down on the bed and cried.
I think you put your head on my shoulder.
Yeah,
And
put
then
my
you
head on your
cried.
chest and I cried.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
I think we cried
Jesus,
together.
we cried
We
together.
cried together.
Why was I
Yeah.
crying? I was like, there's no way I'm going because like I'd always maintained that I didn't want to travel without my wife. That was why I even insisted that we got married. I'm not the one that they'll say travel, now come back after 2 years to come and do marriage. It didn't ever make sense to me. Anyways, but yeah, I cried.
But we
I
thank God,
cried.
sha.
But yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
another thing I wanted us to talk about is like transitioning into
mm,
like from us moving, because part of our 2 month was
Lagos to
also,
London.
yes, Lagos to London.
I mean,
Yes, how you bought, I remember now.
ah,
How you bought our ticket for 220,000 naira.
See, let me tell you,
They say we
we
agree with
walk
you.
we walk by faith and not by sight.
I'm telling you.
So after we had done all the payments, visa applications,
How much do we have left? Safe?
we had about
500K.
500k left.
Yeah.
Right. And I had
And
said,
tickets.
I mean, imagine two of us wanted to travel and we had 500k. I said, see, God has showed me that we are traveling this year. So, I mean, of course, it didn't make sense. I mean, we had done the visa application, but I was like, we can't buy tickets in advance because we don't know when the visa will come out. People usually say it come out in 7 days, but I was like, I wasn't sure. I would rather wait for the visa to come out and now go and buy tickets. Anyways, so when the visa came out, I was like, oh yeah, God, we have 500k left. What are we going to do? And the Holy Spirit said,
You know that, like,
that
you
morning.
bring everything to the altar like this. Like, this is all I have.
so
we
that
basically just like prayed, like,
prayed
this
on it,
what we have.
Hey God, is that you multiply this money? This money with something else to
Something
give.
else to give.
Anyways, so
prayed.
that morning, I had just had this bright idea of go to the island and go.
Yeah, you left me in the house. Just like, babe.
I'm like,
you just woke up, babe. I think it was after we prayed. Just like,
yeah,
babe, I'm going to the island. It's like, I mean, I don't like going to the island because of the traffic. I was like, all the best.
So long story short is, I went to, rather than using booking.com or any of those websites or those comparative websites, I went to the office of every single major airline in Nigeria. Stressful, but I'm a Lagosian. I knew all their offices because I'm a Lagosian. No be inside VI Ikoyi. I don't work out those places tire. So in fact, I remember I went to Odeku. There are like 4 on Odeku. Turkish is on Odeku.
Why are you advertising for them?
I'm not. By the way, I had a horrible experience. Not horrible, but out of all the airlines I went to, Turkish Airlines were the absolute because their customer service was bad. I said what I said. Anyways, so I went to all of them: Turkish, Air Maroc, Egypt Air. I went to all of them one by one. Of course, I had paper. I would say, oh.
And yes, you were sending me the pictures.
Like, I'll be there, I'm at Air Maroc now. Snap, send to her. I'll ask Air Maroc Alpha in December, I'll be in November. Any dates before November, because I had the resumption in my new job. Any dates before November 28th. What are the prices you have? Or they will give me, so what is the lowest? To Heathrow, yes, to London, okay. They'll give me, write it down. That lowest you have, good, okay. I'll take someone's number, someone I can call there. I went about 7, 8 of them, and finally landed at Rwanda Air. I just asked them, any date you have before. They just said, they gave us a date. How much? They said 220,000
on the spot. I was like, message to me, I was like, buy it, man.
I was like, in fact, I didn't buy it immediately, if you remember.
Yeah.
I was like 220k per ticket.
Yeah, I was like, buy it immediately.
She was like, buy. I said, no.
I said, buy the same.
No rush. I came home. Of course, if after I left Rwanda, I still went to Ethiopian Air. I went around. I went all of them. Actually, I went to Emirates, but their office was so full, and we're not taking number. They were like, "Oh, I have to wait about 2 hours before it gets to my turn." I just walked. Exactly, I was like, Emirates is not going to be cheap anyway, so I just walked out. I think there was no major airline that I didn't go to. That flight, then there was no airpiece, of course. But anyways, long story short, both of our tickets ended up costing 450k. Yeah.
So 450k brought us to you.
And people, every time I tell someone those two, they're like, "Did you enter bus?" but I mean,
because it was funny. After we booked it, then we checked.
In fact, we booked it that day. We checked in the evening. It was like 800.
Yes.
I was like, and I just knew that the Holy Spirit kept this price for us.
This
and see, you
is the hand of the Lord.
You may choose not to believe, it's your business.
But us, it's our own testimony.
That was our testimony. That God kept that price for us. We used
like
450,000.
God, like
because truth, we actually did not have any other extra money.
Yeah.
In fact, when we both came into the country that day, we came with 300 pounds.
£300.
300
That's
pounds.
what we brought into
And
this
and I
marriage.
always say, if I say that 300 pounds could knock us, we had to go to Primark that weekend. We
I
spent
think we have to
100
do
pounds.
another interview
We
to come and
spent
talk
100
about
pounds
our first, our
on
our season
coats, long
exploring, like,
johns,
yeah,
proper socks, because we bought those Penkelemes jackets from Nigeria and are fake.
the
Anyways,
eco market
that eco
jackets.
market jacket, we bought it in Balogun. We bought winter jacket in Balogun.
Oh, winter
You
anything.
know, winter it.
Hey, from the airport. We never even step out of the airport.
Guys, even inside youth, although I mean, of course, thankfully, my company had sent a cab to pick me up.
But we're still very cold.
Yeah, I mean,
Even without eco market winter
it
jackets
was
that
freezing.
didn't do
No, it
anything.
was
But like,
actually very cold.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
yeah,
to wrap it up.
that's the summary of everything that God
So
actually did come through for us,
yeah.
and we saw it in the various places, even in how people sent gifts. I remember how someone called me then. I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't give you a marriage gift." She wanted to send a, I think she was like, "Oh, what do you want?" I think she just asked, like, give me a blank. Oh, I have some appliances. I think she was trying to like decongest her house. So she was like, I have some appliances. I know you are just trying to set up your home. So which of them do you need? A fridge, a microwave? I was like, oh, we are also traveling out, so we don't need appliances. And she sent money. Um,
Yeah.
so it was just so nice actually.
It was.
People were actually very helpful.
It
Very,
was
very
it was
helpful.
such a beautiful season in
It was a
all
beautiful
our
season.
first 2 months. And again, I think I was like maybe wrap up with this. You know how going into marriage, people will say to you, "Oh, the first year is always very difficult. The first 2 months, blah 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 blah." I think for me, I already have the perspective, and also from mentoring, before I got married, that like I want to build with God at the center, and I want to
Jesus at the
enjoy
center
every
of it
season,
all.
like having that mindset that they say the first year is always difficult, blah blah blah, but entering it with like the first year is going to be beautiful for me. Things are going to happen, but I know that it's going to be a beautiful experience. Through it all, we're still going to be laughing. We're still going to be, staying with each other, standing strong, and getting better. So, I think having that mindset really helped us. And I think we
Yeah.
also talked about it, like no matter what happened, like God is at the center of our marriage. And we'll always look up to God. We'll always go back to the center to ask for help and draw strength. So I think that really helped us, that even when we're going through all of these dramatic
No matter
shenanigans
what
that
happens, God has our back.
we've explained, we we were still having fun in between all of this.
Like,
We still have reasons to smile.
no matter what happens in
Yes.
this life, eat first.
Eat.
Eat
Everything will be
first.
alright.
In all of these things we're saying, we're eating good food. Though.
Yes, we're chopping better.
My wife they cook.
Chopping, chopping,
She's a,
chopping,
and she
chopping,
didn't have
chopping.
much to do, so she's a cook. Ah,
I think that time I was saying, my husband would be like, what's going on here? Me that they knock with training.
she's a cook. I can't even lie. In that period, we actually we lived well.
Yeah.
I
And
think we lived
also I
well.
think it was that like because we had just, started living together, and also when we were dating, we already made God at the center of our
Oh, we
relationship.
prayed
Like I said,
together.
yes,
We
we
had
like yes, when we're
extended
dating,
prayer times.
yes, we used to pray together. I think on Fridays, on Thursday was our movie night day. Like we just basically just transitioned whatever we had on like
Dating.
online dating into our marriage, and stuff. We're still friends, it's still the same person, and just building with God and just taking each step. And I don't know, I think maybe when we first got married, I used to be annoyed with my husband, like, you never take anything serious. And even till now, I still get angry, like, why are you
Because
not so
life is,
serious?
I'm
Because my husband will be
happy.
like, oh, I trust God so much. I'm like, well, is it me that don't trust God? But I think just that has also helped me, right, to also build my faith and get to that level of, last, everything will be all right, because God is in this ship and it can never crash.
That's our sign out. God is in this ship and it can never crash.
Peace out.
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Hope you enjoyed it. And
now I can no longer lie there my balcony because they forced me to do content. Now I have to go back inside because it's night already. It's already dark.
Please like, comment, and share. Cheers. Bye.